Happy Saturday. I was gonna do the premiere. If it ain't too late, I will, but probably will be. And yeah, sorry. I'm tired today. I haven't felt great. It's been super busy. And I just haven't felt good today. So, uh, we're gonna start off with Ryan's response to Gypsy Hoo Ha releasing more text messages. And we're going to talk about Melissa Moore. Um, I spoke about these emails where Melissa Moore wanted to slide in somehow that Gypsy's grandma also had Munchausen by proxy into her book. Because, Melissa Moore, she is just like Gypsy. She has different stories as to why she needed to come out and speak about it. First, it was to help her kids, should, um, tell them about her father, needing therapy for her kids, learning about her father. I think that was Dr. Phil. Then her story changed when she went on, was it Dr. Oz? No. I don't know. She went on another show and she wanted to help and advocate. She wanted fame and she's got that. She divorced her husband and all this, got her own money, and now she is changing Gypsy's story with her, just like she did her story. But yeah, I did read those emails. It's been over a month. I'll try to look for that video, but Lord, I don't know. So let's see what Ryan said real quick, y'all, and we'll talk about some more stuff, some more lies. Okay, this is Renell Smith caught this live. I don't catch these lives, you guys. I wish I did, but I don't. I like spend all my time talking to you guys in the comments, and y'all crack me up. And I wish I did. I wish I did. I really do. But I don't know when he goes live, etc., and when Gypsy does, and blah 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 blah. So let's see what he says, okay?
You've been waiting literally all day for me? You're wrong. Where have I been? I went to my nephew's football game tonight. Yeah, it's late with Shelby. I don't even know if I'll be on for 5 minutes or not. I'm just kind of getting on just to see what's going on. JTGG, what's up? Shutterbug, too embarrassing. Okay. That's not Shutterbug. Let me tell you something. I'm not embarrassed in anything. I stand by everything I do. Your text to her or? No. It was me telling her off. Me telling her the truth and me telling her off. So, hides behind other fucking names. Shit sucks.
I mean, he's not wrong right there. He's not wrong, but he says something else, and it gives me a little glimmer of hope, but I don't think so after what I seen him say to Gypsy in the messages yesterday. I don't really have that glimmer of hope. The glimmer of hope is about 2%. He will start retaliating. But listen further to what he has to say. It's diabolical, actually.
I meant what I said. So, nothing to be embarrassed about. What's funny is it's embarrassing if I start releasing her text to me. That's what would be fucking funny. That's what would be fucking embarrassing. Believe me. That's what would be embarrassing. Just saying. Won't be long. I'm getting sick of this shit. Getting sick of this shit. Because all I did was tell the truth. It is sad that I'm the only one who hasn't betrayed her. And she treats me like shit. Yeah, I have nothing. Okay. I've proven that over and over again that I always have shit. I can tell you a story about last time she said when she called me. She doesn't want that story getting out either.
Ooh, no.
So, just saying.
Oh, dang it. I hope that didn't echo. I'm sorry if that part did. I really, truly hope that y'all could hear me this whole time. This is how imperfect my videos are. I'm like whispering, do it. Do it. Y'all can. I'm an idiot. Anywho, he's sick of it, and I would love to know what it is. I think that part in the messages where he said the only time you call me is whenever you want me to make you feel better about yourself, to hype you, basically make her ego go through the roof because, she's so pretty. Okay, I'm muting it for realness. I'm really muting it.
I'm just saying. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, she does. You don't realize that's just how she is. That's how she fucking is. When you say something she doesn't like, she's got to try to make you out to be the bad guy. So it just is what it is. It just is what it is. That's what she does. I don't really want to talk about it, honestly. Don't really give a shit enough to talk about it. I'm just saying. I do deserve a queen. You damn right.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not changing for anybody. Never will. Bayou Bell, what's going on? When's the last time I talked to her? Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, but it's nobody's business. It doesn't matter. So, but it's nobody's business. It doesn't matter. She's mad about the podcast. It's what it is. Say my name, say Alexis, what's going on? I'm not putting anything out there. You know what's funny is I don't talk about shit. I don't release nothing. I mean, I could, but I don't. I have better respect for myself than that. That's the truth. I have better respect for myself. And what the text she released was nothing but the truth. That was me telling her off, like, keep hiding behind fake names and shit. Shit gets old. That's all I said. Shit gets old. Am I doing a meet and greet? Nah, Lauren, I don't know. I don't know how to set one up, Lauren. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. If she didn't care, she wouldn't release those texts. That shows me everything I need to know. Y'all don't know how people work sometimes. She wouldn't have commented podcast. She wouldn't have released text if she didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Think about that shit. Yeah. Okay. I'm not saying I do care. I'm not saying I do. What I'm saying is, if she didn't care, why would she release the text that I sent? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Why would it matter? Okay. Y'all just don't know how she works.
Yeah, we do.
But it's whatever.
Yes, we do.
It's what she does. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. It's what she does.
Do you hear this? So he just takes it. This is why I only have 2% hope. He says this crap and he gets all because he knows everybody's all on to him, etc. Or maybe he really is getting fed up, because I'd be getting fed up. I'd be getting fed up. He is the only one who has not turned on her ever. And she takes every chance she can to trash this man. Not only her and Cannon, Christy, now, well, everybody. And he still allows it. I do not understand it. Did you hear him? You don't know how she works. Oh, we do. We see it. She's vengeful and she is spiteful and mean. Mean. She doesn't care. She will continue to do this to him because she trusts him and knows she has him still wrapped around her finger and he's not gonna do crap. She's gonna keep throwing them punches. You punch at me, I punch back 10 times harder. You're spiraling out of control. Hmm. Go see a therapist. You're seeing like 4 right now, right, Gypsy? Just saying. And that still couldn't stop you from sending these text messages that, again, this chick literally just wants to hear people say, "Oh my God, you're so skinny. You're so skinny, you look sickly." Okay, so I'm gonna retract the average weight thing. Now I know I seen her in a live, a videos, comment somewhere, her saying she's 5'1". My daughter's right under 5 feet. Like my daughter's super teeny too. Super short. She's a shorty. She ain't like you, Gypsy, but thank the good Lord. But if she is only 4'11", yes, the average weight would be 95 to 120. If she's 5'1", which I think it's just a few inches now. Come on. But anywho, at 5'1", the average weight would be 106 to 135. That's the average weight for 5'1". And I know she said that. So, Lord, I don't know when. That's why I've always said her weight's dumb. So again, I'm going to point this out, Gypsy. When you got arrested, you were almost 24. If you're 4'11", your healthy average weight would be 95 to 120. You weren't malnourished. You weren't. Another lie. Shocker. All right, let's listen to a little bit more of this and then we're going to hop on over to Melissa Moore crap. I can't stand Melissa Moore either. God dang it.
All right, now y'all just starting shit. Now I'm responding to comments. You know what I mean? I didn't really want to talk about that stupid shit. Because notice I didn't get on till late, because if it really bothered me, I'd have got on immediately and release shit. I'm not doing that shit. Because it's ridiculous. I don't walk around in mud, because then you look like shit after. So, what's the point?
Okay.
Am I a Giants fan? No, I'm a Malik Neighbors fan. LSU guy.
Okay, I thought he said something else, but maybe I was just imagining he actually said it, but I don't know. He goes on to talk about Christy, and of course, Gypsy's fake accounts are in that podcast he just did on YouTube. And I do not know the chick's name. I can't even remember now, but I could go back and look at my videos I've watched, I guess. But all you have to do is look up Ryan Anderson podcast, probably. Sorry. I'm definitely coming down with something. I haven't felt great lately, and today's just not been a great day. I'm so tired. But um Christy's in the comments and she's saying he's a lion. He gave a lot of misinformation, like you did, Christy, to the cops and the lawyers and HBO and every documentary you did. Just saying. Uh, it's embarrassing that she would even be on that podcast in the comments saying she would be happy to give her version of events. I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would. Let's hop over to the GRBsnark page. Woo woo! Because I love them snarkers. Let me show you this really quick. Gypsy is once again on her, I guess, her IG advocating for Amelia Byrd, which I just brought up in my last video. Well, why wouldn't she advocate for her to be free? They did the exact same thing. This chick, is she an advocate now, you guys? Because, she didn't want to be an advocate. She was forced because she misspoke one time. One time. But we've proven she said it 1,000 times that she wanted to be an advocate and advocate for prison reform and victims and MVP and child abuse. Bitch, please. All right, let me get to the Melissa Moore issues. Now, let me also say that I just I skimmed over it really fast a few videos back about Christy and Gypsy and Rod and Mike Stanfield all being in. And I'll show you a clip of that email right after I show you Ashley's video of how they could make money off of this. This was instantly. They needed to somehow make money off her story. Now, it is definitely, to me, definitely unethical that her lawyer is now her manager, and he's also made lots of money off of her. But let's listen to Ashley. And again, I've mentioned this. Gypsy did not help Nick at the trial. She testified. She's like, I helped Nick. No, she lied on the stand. Lied. She didn't voluntarily go there. She didn't voluntarily try to help him. You were subpoenaed. Subpoenaed. You had to go. Quit saying you were voluntarily trying to go to save him. Nick's attorney subpoenaed her. The prosecution said, screw that. Let's listen to her video really fast. This is Ashley, baby. This is level cardiologist 125, I think, or 725, let me see. 725, sorry, from the GRBsnark Reddit. This is where I get like most of my updates because there's a lot of info on here. I've spoke on all this in previous videos, but we can just crunch it all in here today and I'll share theirs because they have FOIA stuff from Hello Starlight's FOIA, so it's there in black and white. So let's take a look-see. What this is about Gypsy testifying, and I'm almost positive it speaks about her attorney getting involved to make money off of it. I think this is in here too, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. I'm tired.
Took over Nicholas Godejohn's case and is trying to get him a new trial. Honey, they saw right through Gypsy Rose's bullshit. Says all them interviews painted Nick as a premeditated killer and his girlfriend, the co-defendant, as a fabricated abuse narrative. Says Mike Stanfield was in on that shit. Says Mike Stanfield encouraged the media coverage. Mike Stanfield was building his damn career off of winning Gypsy Rose's case. He was like, we want all the coverage we can get, bitch. Goes on to say that Dan Patterson and Mike Stanfield took part in these interviews, documentaries and shit, contributed to the media being prejudiced. He come over here and talks about all the shit that wasn't introduced in the trial, honey. Counsel did not investigate or present critical digital communication, video directives, medical records that showed the co-defendants, Gypsy Rose, manipulation, domination, orchestrating of the crime. Says the evidence now included as the petitioner's exhibit, so Nick's evidence now clearly illustrates a pattern of coercive control. Gypsy Rose Blanchard's role in instigating and planning of the offense, the murder. Counsel failed to treat Gypsy Rose as a hostile witness. She lied on that fucking stand. She said, oh, I ran away with a friend. No, you ran away with the 36-year-old man. Wasn't no friend, honey. You ran away with the 37-year-old man you had been sexting with, ma'am. Got on the stand and lied and said he raped her. But anyway, counsel failed to treat Gypsy Rose Blanchard as a hostile witness despite her multiple perjured statements and contradictory testimony. I'm so glad that this is documented somewhere, because we have been saying that Gypsy Rose took that stand and then lied her ass off. She tries to make it sound like, oh, I was doing Nick a favor. I was trying to help him get lesser time. She did not voluntarily go to that motherfucking trial, for one. Nick's attorney subpoenaed Gypsy. Nick's trial got pushed back. Gypsy didn't know why, so she wrote his attorney a letter saying she would still love to testify. Gypsy wanted on that fucking stand so that soundbite could go in her documentary. That was all that was about. Gypsy Rose Blanchard has never had any intention of doing one positive thing for fucking Nicholas Goldie John. I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the reasons I will never support her. Nicholas is crazy, bitch, you are too. Specialists that took the stand for the state to talk about Nick said Nick has the mind of a 10 or 11-year-old. Crazy as hell to sit out here and say, oh, I feel so bad for Gypsy Rose when she had a man locked up, put in prison for life. Literally has the mind of my 10-year-old child. Instead of making sure he's good in there, no, she spends her time out in the free world dragging the hell out of him. None of this is alleged. You saw the damn documents. It was my opinion, but Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
That's right. None of that is alleged. That is pure facts. That's facts. Do you know Sheena's in comments on videos talking about FOIAs? She don't even know what the FOIA... Oh my God. This is my point though. We've spoke on this. I've spoke on all of this before. But now it's facts. It's evidence. It's in writing. And that's... Do y'all remember this? Do y'all remember this right here? Miss, I'm so perfectly healthy that, you know, I'm unscathed by that little microdeletion glitch. Why did you need a support group, Gypsy? Remember that? She went to a support group. And, you know, she just needed help to understand her own microdeletion disease or, you know, genetic disorder. Oh, God. Is this proof enough? She thought she was going to walk in there to that group and be like the spokesperson for the microdeletion 1Q21.1, and they were all going to praise her, when in fact they were all concerned and wondering why she was there, because it was for mothers who have children with the microdeletion and what they could do to support each other and help each other with something DeeDee didn't have. DeeDee didn't have support like that. I just wanted y'all to remember that little tidbit too. I'm going to show you the Melissa Moore thing really fast. This video is a little low. I have my computer volume turned all the way up, so if it sounds low to you guys, this isn't my fault, but it's whoever probably uploaded it. And this Ashley put this out here too. I've already spoke about this before, and I'm going to show you that prison email where it said, Christy, Rod, Gypsy, and Mike, you know, we're all talking about how they could monetize off of Gypsy Who Has Crime. Gosh, what a great fam. What a great fam.
Some of Gypsy Rose's prison emails, and one of them is with Melissa Moore. If you don't know who Melissa Moore is, she's the Happy Face Killer's daughter. She also helped co-author Gypsy's book, and I think she helped on one of her documentaries. Tell us, Gypsy, I've been digging into the documentaries you've done, trying to see what we could do differently. She says, I think it's been massively glossed over that you were held hostage in your home. Your only way out would have been to have your mom die. Held hostage? Ma'am, what the fuck?
This is where I get so triggered and pissed off. Because again, the nerve of her to say she was held hostage. I cannot.
Melissa Moore says, I would like to explore your grandmother using your mother in a similar way. I'm curious if this was a cycle. Gypsy tells Melissa basically that she doesn't want to linger on anything to do with the murder too long. She thinks that story has been told enough. Says she wants the book to be what will be 32 years of her life written in pages. Gypsy says, I think the focus being the emotional and mental complexity of what I've been through. Gypsy said, with each phase of growing, my mother's hold becomes stronger, which ultimately led to the murder. No mention of abuse, just her hold on Gypsy. Gypsy knows that shit ain't nothing to do with abuse. She wanted to run off, get a man, have a baby, all that shit that she got out of prison and did as soon as she got out of prison. And Gypsy tells Melissa more, I think we can somehow fit the suspicion that my grandmother had Munchausen by proxy in, so it will look like a cycle repeating itself. These are from 2021, okay? And they're trying to make it look like a cycle repeating itself. Oh, y'all, Gypsy Rose loves to gas the damn story up. As long as Gypsy comes out looking unscathed like she claims she is from that damn microdeletion, she don't give a damn. She will throw anybody and everybody under the damn bus. DeeDee's whole family has said their mom doted on DeeDee. She got it.
Not only did she dote on DeeDee, DeeDee was the baby. She was the favorite. DeeDee saw her dad was cheating on her mother. Mm-hmm. The stepmom who took over. Okay, I just showed you 2 videos ago. Christy walking through the cemetery talking to DeeDee's sister saying that DeeDee wouldn't feed her mama and that's why she passed. She starved her to death. That's what Christy said. You have a house full of people and y'all see Claudina, or I don't know, everybody's Claude, Claudina, everybody's got a Claude in their name, but Gypsy's grandma was sick and they just released her autopsy reports and the cop said her grandma passed away from diabetes. Yeah, diabetes. Not because DeeDee wouldn't feed her. But you know, Gypsy and Christy are a lot alike. If anything, I think Gypsy learned a lot from Christy and Rod's side of that family. Not just DeeDee's side. And again, I'll say it, I don't blame DeeDee for running. Hell, I would run too from that wackadoo crazy family. But Christy, why were you even there? DeeDee's somewhere in the house, and she asked DeeDee's sister, do you think DeeDee had something to do with it, with her mama dying? And her sister said, well, now, I'm not sure. I don't know now. Really, Christy? You started this. And even from Hello Starlight, reading the interviews from the family and her stepmom Laura, boy oh boy, Laura, she is a stirrer, huh? They literally drug DeeDee through the mud. Laura didn't like DeeDee. DeeDee didn't like Laura. Laura legitimately blames DeeDee for everything, down to the cactus dying. Oh my God. Her daddy's world famous cactus that had been growing forever won some kind of, I don't know. It was his prized possession. And DeeDee put vitamins on it, Gypsy said. Now let me get back to the whole Christy asking the sister that. You're saying she starved to death. Nobody else in that house full of people was gonna feed their mama, only DeeDee. And DeeDee was only there because she had to have surgery on her foot that Laura said was just a scratch. You know, all them bolts, pins, and metal plates they put in there. It was just, she talked them into it. Just like she did Gypsy. She talked them doctors into putting that into her foot. It's just a little old scratch. It wasn't that bad. She broke her ankle. Big whoop. She almost lost her dang foot, but you know, Laura said nothing. And just like when the cops questioned Laura and they didn't initially tell her DeeDee passed, they said DeeDee and Gypsy were missing. Laura said, oh, I'm sure it's DeeDee. DeeDee plotted it. She's just doing this just to try to get Rod to show up for attention. DeeDee hadn't done nothing in the past 10 years to try and get Rod there. We seen her, you know, if you want to come visit or if you need somewhere to go or wishing them happy birthdays and just checking in on them. Always telling Christy she loved her. I do think DeeDee possibly lied some on her ex who hasn't. But yeah. I lost my train of thought because that just blows my mind. Oh my God. Anywho, that's what started. Oh, well, Gypsy's just like her mother. And now Melissa Moore and Gypsy are talking, trying to get that squeezed into the book somehow to push that narrative out that DeeDee's mama had Munchausen also. Probably why the act put that in there, because they tried to make her look that way too. I cannot. You mean to tell me you're willing to take your mama's life over some. That's what it was, Gypsy. Let's be blunt, let's be honest, let's be clear. You don't know love. You don't. Just like Ashley said, she never planned to help that boy. She mailed the knife to the house he lived at, didn't get her own bus ticket. She plotted, planned, did everything on her computer to plot out the entire crime. All Nick did was show up and jab 4 times and had a little paper cut on his finger. And she did all the cleaning. She put fabric softener sheets under the bed and baby powder. When'd you have time to do that, Gypsy, if you never went in the room? Your mom is so controlling. When did you have time to do that if it was before? If it was last minute, you, oh, we're going to move the date up to tonight. We got to do it today. How'd you do that, Gypsy? How did you get in there to do that? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say it again. You will never convince me, never, that Gypsy did not attack that woman in the kitchen and started it. And when I think, anyways, in my mind, when DeeDee said, I'm starting to relax now, you know how you watch all these shows and documentaries and true crime videos here on YouTube, and they talk about people who were there when someone passed or someone who actually survived such a horrific attack. They say they start to feel warm and they relax and then they just fade away, right? I think that's what DeeDee meant. I'm starting to feel relaxed now. And her next words were, what? Gypsy, don't hurt me. And I'm going to say this again. She was on her stomach already. And when I looked at the evidence photos, I could have swore I seen stab wounds on her stomach too. Am I wrong about that? Somebody let me know. Because I mean, maybe it just looked like her stomach and I just thought it, maybe it was her back, but from the photo, I just looked at it again earlier. It looks like, from the bottom of her sternum right there down. There was no but, I'll say that. It's her stomach. But there's so many holes, I can't tell if that's a belly button or anywho. I don't know, but most people who are overweight like DeeDee don't sleep on their stomach because it's harder for them to breathe. And I'm just saying that's what I know from everybody I know who has struggled with weight, and I don't sleep on my stomach now because it's hard for me to breathe because of my neck. So, with DeeDee's age and her getting older and her having all these issues, I don't know. I believe she was on her stomach. Gypsy lied and said she seen her take her sleeping pill. She didn't. She didn't have nothing in her autopsy, or no rugs. I cannot find her autopsy report. If somebody can let me know where that is, could someone tell me where to go look at it? It could be on the Gypsy Rose lied about it all. I might just be overlooking it. I wanted to know if that meant no rugs besides what she was prescribed. You know what I mean? Because I remember seeing Benadryl boxes in the evidence photos too. There was like 2 or 3, one beside her bed, one in the living room, one in a trash can. Like, that's a lot of Walmart Benadryl boxes, I don't know, but I do think that's why DeeDee said that. She was fading in and out, and she was honestly probably going into shock or relaxing, because a lot of people say they get relaxed, a warm feeling comes over them, and then they just fall asleep. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Why would she say that? And I think about this all the time. Why on earth? She didn't take the sleeping pill. We know that. So why would she look at Gypsy and say, I'm starting to feel relaxed now. Gypsy, please don't hurt me. I'll never understand that unless she had already hurt her that day. Now we know she unloaded that pellet pew pew on her, chased her with the KNIFE. Um, to be honest, everything she said DeeDee did to her, I think she did to DeeDee at some point. That's just my opinion. That's alleged. It's just my opinion. This is not facts right here, what I'm saying. I'm giving you my opinion. Yeah, I don't get it. I do not get it, y'all. Let me show you that email really fast. Now, I made a video on this already. It was a month or so ago. I already read all these emails, all of them. It's to Tiffany, it's GRB's cousin. So I don't know if that's the same person that Audrey just interviewed. I'll have to go look and see who that was. But Gypsy wrote, so first off, there's nothing you can say that would make me stop talking to you. The fact is, I know I done wrong, and yes, I understand what you mean. I feel the same, but I can honestly say I'm a changed person. She says that every 5 minutes. I'm a better person 5 minutes from 5 minutes ago, y'all. I've grown so much and not learned crap. I just got baptized. So, again, she got baptized again, y'all. So I'm like clean made new. A few more sentences later, Gypsy wrote, but me, Mike, and Dad, and Christy all talked about getting some kind of financial benefit from telling my story. Okay, I see this is from Becca Scoops. I'll make sure I credit her, but this is off the GRBsnark. I guess they got this from Becca's video. But I have already read these emails. I've already read them. I think 1980 Millennial did too. There's a lot of emails I've read that they're reposted on here, and I've already read them, and yeah. But I just wanted to show you guys that really fast. Mike Stanfield had no intention of getting actual justice. He just wanted money. He knew this was big. Gypsy was local in that town. This case went national overnight, baby. He jumped on that quick. I mean, yeah. Look at him. Him and his button down. That button holding on for dear life in that video of him there at the book signing, and they made sure to have Pink Pony arrested, well, escorted out by a cop that paid. She never had said anything, Gypsy, never threatened Gypsy, never nothing. But you know, kids like his scrumptious that she wasted her time. She wanted to document everything. That's all she wanted to do. Gypsy don't want that out there. She don't want the truth out there. So let me show you these comments in. Now, we've already talked about Ash Blonde 6. She's been in my comments. And y'all let me know a bunch of other accounts that are her. I'm taking notes. So if y'all know other fake accounts, let me know. Give them to me. I'm writing them all down. So here's the comments from that podcast he did on YouTube. Just Sarah's podcast. Ryan, you need to stop blaming Christy for your problems with Gypsy. In case you haven't been watching, Gypsy is her own person. Well, which one? Demona? Ruby? Whatever. She's got like 10. Which Gypsy? And a strong person. If she wanted to stay with you, she would have, no matter what Christy or anyone else may have said. You need to realize this and move on. Ryan, hate to bust your bubble. Ryan, hate to bust your bubble. You have dude, this is absolutely Gypsy, because when I say I cannot win, I mean, I want to flip out when I try to understand this chick's grammar. I'm being very cautious about what I say. Not like the last time, because I really could. Woo! Ken has been with Gypsy longer than you, and I'm sure they have been together, together, more than you two. There is no need. You have, Lord help me, bless it. You have to even mention her name in reality. What the flip is this? Her not doing the show must kill you because you don't know what they are doing. Well, I mean, no, because I think that Ryan would get a show before Gypsy would. I don't think he really cares what they're doing. He doesn't contact her. That's been proven. She contacts him. And every time he's on live and he's talking to a chick and flirting, she freaks out and messages. Ryan, you can love her or whatever, but you don't understand her. And Ken had a connection before you. Couldn't break. I'm being nice. I am. I swear. I'm about to. Just kidding. Oh, Ryan, you can love her or whatever. But you don't understand. Her and Ken had a connection before you. Couldn't break now. They share Aurora. So that bond is even stronger. Imagine if you things, I swear to God, this is not real life. If you things were opposite, would you want her to be making interviews about you? It's not going to bring her back to go on a podcast. You would be better off doing it on your own crap. Christy brought Kenny in when you thought you and Gypsy were working on things. Come on, Ryan. She moved out of your house while you were at work. She was done with you, and you know this. Stop making this stuff up. And you didn't get the time to do the reconcile thing. What the F is that? Gypsy did it the right way. She was done. That's what she meant. Wow, Gypsy really thinks that the way she did it was the right way, y'all. Is that not like cuckoo crazy for Cocoa Puffs? This chick, man, I swear to God. Okay. Ken only. Ken is Gypsy's true love. Sorry, Ryan. And really, he was with her a month and a half. And then she left to never come back. So what he can still be processing is beyond me and Sarah, or whatever her name is, thinks she is going to get all this info from Ryan. She is going to get nothing because then no one is going to go to high tick. She's drunk. She has to be drunk as a skunk. Or skin. Mm. You know, it is funny her and Kenan shaved her head at the same times. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there. Just he needs to get off that pedestal he seems to be on. He isn't all that, and he is creepy AF. And the night Gypsy got out, he was like a teenager who only wanted one thing from her. It was sickening. Gypsy, I can't believe that you would even say that with the stuff we've seen about your behavior. He was married to you because he loved you, even though, yes, you might have told him you weren't attracted to him. You knew he was you, and you still married him. So he still expected it. And isn't that funny? Here's the creepy part again, just like in the messages she just dropped from yesterday. It was semi-creepy, y'all. She is such a jerk. He is doing his normal sitting here and blaming Christy. It wasn't Christy's fault Gypsy had talked to Ken the whole time she was in prison before marrying this one. Gypsy, you talked to Ken. You talked to Brian. You talked to Jeff. You talked to Italy guy. You talked to LA guy. And every single one of them, you stalked them basically. Are we joking here? Is this a joke? I'm not lying, y'all. When they don't respond to her, she's even saying to them that she's fallen in love. And these men are married or in relationships even and working it out with their girl. And Gypsy's like, well, would you say you're falling in love with me too? Because they won't respond. Get over yourself, Gypsy. And honestly, I don't even think Kim was her biggest love. No, no, I do not. I think Jeff was. No. But not really that emotional connection Ryan is saying they have. They don't. Well, why is it that you said in that apology that he is the only person you could trust ever? You knew without a doubt he was the one that you could always go to and turn to. I swear. Hmm. And never have Gypsy has that emotional connection to Ken and Ken only. Ken is Gypsy's true love. Sorry, is she? I don't know. I don't see, I don't see that love story. All right. And really, he was with her a month and a half. Then she left and never come back. So what he can still be processing is beyond me. And so we already seen that. Ken had a life in Texas, went and visited Gypsy. When they broke up, no, you were still together. You know that whole dream? I need to tell you something. I had a dream about Ken. You didn't have no dream. You say that in your emails all the time, too, that you had a dream about this guy. Oh, you guys, I had a dream about you. We had sex. Whatever. Ryan is really no better than the others on social media. He is on it talking about her, making money off of her name. That's it, period. That's why he doesn't say anything about her because then his followers are gone. And I guarantee you, if Gypsy and Ken broke up, you are not going to see Ken on TikTok talking about her like this one. No, you won't because he can't stand you, Gypsy. Anybody with half a brain cell can see that Ken cannot stand to be around you. That's why she posts those videos of their love story. When once out of the past 2 years, she might get a hug or a kiss on the forehead every 6 months and gets a snapshot of it. Anywho, let me show you Christy what she said. Here it is, Sarah. I gladly speak to you and tell you the truth. I have nothing to hide. He told you a lot of untruths. Try people like that. Now let me show you, her friend, the one the really religious people that, were just there simply to show her love from God and to humanize her again. They love to use that word dehumanize and humanize. We wanted to humanize her again because everybody dehumanizes her. Whatever. Well, how about this? Here you go. She's sewing little Labubu's. I guess on Facebook and Instagram now. Labubu collection on Macari. Get them before they are sold out. Aren't Labubu supposed to be like a little demonic looking little devils? I mean, if I was so religious, my kid wouldn't have one. That's all I'm saying. Because they are all like mean and not good. They're all like got like a devil look to them, a monster look. They're the ugliest things I've ever seen. I wouldn't buy a fake one. And they probably are fake, but hers are $40, 34, 20. I'm not going to her page to look at anymore, but there you go. Or she's friends with Gypsy. She ain't using her for clout or to gain any monetary nothing, right? Okay, y'all, right. They just wanted to come from her from a place of love of God and show her that she is, still loved and she's still human. And if we can make some money now that we've got a bunch of followers, let's do that. God. Now, this is still from the GRBsnark, and this is from Green Bend. You know how Gypsy was so angry about people making fun of her weight when they weren't? They just said Gypsy in the wild. Now, nobody said anything about her weight. Nobody, right? Nobody said anything about her weight. No, that was all her in her head. This hadn't been posted yet. I don't even think her picture had been. It might have been. I don't think it was though. I really don't. Let me see. Let me look at my phone because that was this month it got posted, like just about a week ago. This was last month. Let me go see. Hold on. No, I was right. That picture was released on October 13th of Gypsy in that brown sweater, and she gave us that whole lecture about stop body shaming and women supporting women. But just take a look see at this. This is like 3 weeks before that was even posted.
I've seen other like that's 1 year. Look at her now. 1 year. This is what happens when you hate on Gypsy Rose Blanchard for over a year. Okay?
What a difference a year can make.
I have fucking tears.
Like,
I'm
look
back.
at that. And look at this. 1 year of hating on Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and that's what happens. God's gonna punish you. I'm telling you. God don't like ugly.
God makes you ugly when you be ugly.
Fucking right.
Planny, that looks like she having a stroke. She does not dance as good as me.
I just posted all that, and Gypsy also recorded the woman in the Waffle House in that video also. Yeah, we're just gonna leave that there, and hopefully I'll be able to go over some more evidence from the FOIAs. And Sheena, she has no idea what the FOIA is. She literally Googled what a FOIA was, copy pasted it, and argued in the comments with somebody. I do not know how she has any law degree when she took the same kind of deal that Gypsy took for her husband and had other criminal charges, but I would love to know how. Whatever, I'm not even going there. But she's got stage 4 liver cancer again, y'all. Out drinking with Gypsy, and she said she was faking it. She wasn't faking it. When you stood behind Gypsy and said, "Oh, I just wanted you to know have stage 4 liver cancer," Gypsy rolled her eyes and was like, "Oh yeah, I know," and then rolled her eyes again. Such a great friend. Such a great friend. But then you see what she just did there. You know, it's always good for thee, but not always good for me, not for thee. Sorry, I was getting it backwards there. Yeah, and again, I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to say it one more time. I think DeeDee said, I'm relaxing, starting to relax now. Gypsy, please don't hurt me, because Gypsy started before Nick got there. And do you know in the FOIA documents, Nick's doctor said he actually has the mind of a 10 or 11-year-old and will always have the mind of a 10 or 11-year-old. That's my grandson's age. This is who she took advantage of, used, lied, and has still lied. He's not even 15. And she gets out here and calls him Voldemort, and that is, he deserves where he is, and she can't stand him, etc., etc., etc. All while she sits here laughing at other people, mocking, using, hurting, just like she has Ryan, her family. The list goes on. All while never contributing anything to society, never working, never doing nothing. Now, it is being said that certain content creators that were sent the photo of Aurora show she does have a severely lazy eye, and she looks just like Gypsy. Does that mean she has the microdeletion? I don't know. But I think that's why she's not showing that baby, because I absolutely think Gypsy would show that baby if it was normal. Just my opinion. She knows she would get made fun of, I think. Which is horrible. Nobody should. But Gypsy can't stand the thought of not having a perfect little princess. That's why she's doing IVF this time. Anywho, those are just my thoughts and opinions. Like I said, I think DeeDee said that. I'm starting to relax now. Gypsy, please don't hurt me, because she was fading. She was already fading out. So that's just my thoughts and opinion. Nick came in and thought he was a hero and saved the day. No, Nick, you were used. And you were, no, she tried to set you up. Didn't quite work that way, but she still got you to do the time for the crime and not her. And that's all she cared about. So, anywho, let me know if you like this content. If you do, please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Leave your comments below and we'll talk about it. Have a good night, y'all. Happy Saturday. Good night.